Nothing happens in this world by accident. Hello, everybody. Thank you for joining me today. I do truly appreciate it. I was on the internet looking around, snooping at books, which book collectors tend to do. And I come up with something that I had on my list of books that I want to add to the collection. I made an offer and I got the book. I won an auction. I can't remember. Did I auction it or make an offer? Actually, I think I won an auction. Go figure. But the friendly neighborhood mail lady delivered the freight, and I am hoping that the seller did their job at protecting this book inside a box, because it's a book in a slipcase. Slipcases matter to me. So if the slipcase is damaged, then I'm unhappy. Anyway, they put it in a priority shipping box, which is good. It also got here quickly, which is good. But as we all have seen when we buy books online, the box is not always good enough. You got to have luck, but you also have to have other added protection. And I'm worried because, listen, nothing between the box and my book except a little piece of plastic, a bag, big bag from Target. So Target shoppers, your bags don't protect books in the mailboxes very well. But let's not worry yet. Have no fear. Have faith. Have faith in the unknown. But anyway, hopefully this book come out good, because it's been on the list for a little while. And maybe I should just tell you what it is. Maybe I should show you what it is. But more importantly, I want to see if it is Survivor. And it looks like my slipcase is a Survivor. But what is it? Ever hear of a fella by the name of Ray Bradbury? Ray Bradbury. Ever hear of it? Ray Bradbury wrote a lot of short stories and some really great novels. And this is a collection called The October Country. Ever hear of that? And it is from a publisher named Gauntlet Press. And Gauntlet Press, especially in the 90s, early 2000s, and even today, they published some authors that I truly love. F. Paul Wilson, Richard Matheson, Ray Bradbury, even today, Blake Crouch. And they've done some great stuff, and they've got some things about them today that I don't love, and I'm not here to talk about that. None of my business. It's not part of this discussion. Anyway, it is my business when I buy books. But as of right now, I'm talking about an older edition. And this is a slipcased edition, and it is The October Country. It is signed and limited. And so I'm going to show you a little bit right here. There is my dust jacket and the dust jacket artwork. Wrap all the way around. Look at the artwork on the back. And it's Ray Bradbury's artwork, his own self. So don't insult the man's art. Anyway, they did this some with Gauntlet Press, putting Bradbury's own artwork in some of his books. So I like the idea. The guy wrote the book, and he did some art for the book. So why not show it off? So let's stretch this out, and I'll show you the October Country dust jacket in its splendid glory. And we'll set that to the side. So looks like the dust jacket. The slipcase made it. Take a look at my book. We have, gosh, what do they call this? Like a cloth. It's a clothish bound book. Hot foil stamp on the spine. And it is signed and numbered. And so in the 90s, Gauntlet was one of those publishers out there publishing signed limited edition books. They're still around today. But there are some differences. The materials are much different. The paper is much different. The binding is much different. You can see here we have a Smith sewn binding. And let's check out some of this paper here. The paper feels good. Feels like what paper art to feel like. But The October Country is Bradbury is probably most famous for writing short stories. Mine is number 240. of 500 copies. It's signed by Ray Bradbury, Dennis Etchison, and Robert R. McCammon, of whom I have a pretty large collection of books as well. So another neat addition. But the October Country is a collection of Ray Bradbury stories. He's most famous probably for his short stories. And I'll just read a little bit here. October Country. That country where it's always turning late in the year. That country where the hills are fog and the rivers are mist. Where noons go quickly, dusks and twilights linger and midnights stay. That country composed in the main of cellars, subcellars, coal bins, closets, attics, and pantries faced away from the sun. That country whose people are autumn people, thinking only autumn thoughts, whose people passing at night on the empty walks sound like rain. And here is the table of contents for the October Country. So pause, read through. You can see what stories are included here. We have an introduction by Dennis Etchison, which is why he signed the book. We have an author's preface. Then stories, The Dwarf, The Next in Line, The Watchful Poker Chip of H. Matisse, Skeleton, The Jar, The Lake, The Emissary, Touched with Fire, The Small Assassin, The Crowd, Jack in the Box, The Scythe, Uncle Einar, The Wind, The Man Upstairs, There Was an Old Woman, The Cistern, Homecoming, The Wonderful Death of Dudley Stone, Keeping Up with the Traveling Man by Robert R. McCammon. And I recently read a collection of short stories by Ray Bradbury, and it was called The Illustrated Man. And it was focused almost exclusively on science fiction stories. Where the October Country is more horror related, more dark, which is more my bag. I do like science fiction, but when it comes to genres, I dig horror, one of my favorites. But just flipping through here, there are some illustrations within. So let's see if I could find some of them again to show you. Starting right here in the back of the book, we have Mugnani, early sketch for Touched by Fire. So Gauntlet, one of the things Gauntlet has done in the past, especially with authors like Matheson and Bradbury, is they included a lot of extra stuff. Sketches, outlines, screenplays, teleplays, all sorts of extra stuff. So it's one of the neat things about a lot of these collections that they have published over the years. You get a lot of stuff that you may never have even seen or known existed. And so it looks like for each or for most of these short stories, if not for all, there is a little bit of artwork there. So again, neat. We have a illustrated Gauntlet Press, signed limited edition, Smithsonian binding, slip-cased book. One of Ray Bradbury's most popular collections. And I got it on the shelf, about to go on the shelf anyway, in the collection, ready to save forever and ever, or at least until I can stop breathing and move on to blacker dirt, whatever that means. Anyway, it'll be on the shelf for a while, hopefully, and glad to have it. I love signed and limited edition books. So this one actually is better than I expected. I'm pleased to be able to get it. And it's one that I've been watching for years now, wanting to add to the collection. I just never found it at the right price. Tended to go higher than I wanted to pay for it. So this time I think it was an auction. The last minute I jumped in and bid my maximum pay, and I got it for a little bit less than that. Worked out all right. I was able to get it in. The one problem I would say is the seller. You people that ship books out there, all of you, whether it be shipping them to a friend, donating them to me because you're nice people, just giving me free. Anyway, you're going to ship books, put it in a box. That's a great start. But think about what's going to happen in that box. It's probably going to get crushed. The book inside is probably going to get banged around, thrown around, tossed around, sliding inside the box from side to side. So think about protecting the book inside that box. Wrap it up in some cushiony stuff, bubble wrap. Put some packing peanuts in there around the bubble wrap, if you will, just to give it some extra protection. And then we have the afterword by Robert McCammon, one of my favorite authors. What a great, whether you love Gauntlet Press or not, this is an exceptional piece of publishing right here. Get to add it to my collection. I'm glad. And I just have to say, it's about time I finally got that one on the shelf. There are more Bradbury titles that I need to add to the collection, but all it takes is time and money. But we get what we get. We do what we do. Happy with how it worked out. Be careful when you package your stuff up anyway. Thank you for your time. I do truly appreciate it, and c'est la vie, baby. Do-do. I can think of no more lies to tell.
C'est la vie, baby.
Doo-doo.